one of the major ideas in the esoteric tradition is initiation. Initiation is a very esoteric concept. There isn't a great deal on initiation in literature. Through the books of Alice A. Bailey given out through the Tibetan master, there are a great deal of hints, but not exact steps involved in initiation. The Tibetan master uses a lot of blinds and gives hints that if you're getting close, you may get insights into what initiation is. Initiation is when you take a big step and a whole new doorway, and you walk through a doorway and a whole new horizon opens up to you, a horizon of new spiritual experiences. So I'm going to talk a little bit about initiation. To undergo initiation, you have to have the right karma. You have to be worthy. Generally, you are being sponsored by a master. But actually, in initiation, there have to be two masters, not one. The reason is that today, initiation is a process. It is not an external ritual. It is an inner awakening. Why two masters? Because the process can last quite some time. For instance, my teacher, in my book I wrote, Living on the Inner Edge, about his ordeal that lasted 8 years. I was involved closely for 4 years in that ordeal. That is quite a period of intense, stressful effort that was non-stop. Thus, sometimes when the master is helping, they have great works that they're involved. And sometimes a master is called away. Thus, the second master steps in. If that was not so, then an occult vacuum would be left, because the master protects, guides, and actually encloses the advanced aspirant on the path of initiation. And if that was to be withdrawn because the master has to go to the higher planes and get involved in other work, an occult vacuum would let in all different kinds of forces. So when one of the masters is called away, the other one steps in and continues, let's call it a protective envelope. This is very important, because without it, initiation doesn't occur. The main aspect, the second aspect, along with two masters, is that initiation has to do with transmuting negative substance, or if you use the Tibetan master terminology, lower subplane matter to a higher subplane. The lower subplane matter has to be broken down in order to change the rate of vibration. This is done with the blessing of the master through the divine Shakti that the master infuses the aspirant with. 2, through mantra. But mantra is the expression of a deity. So when one chants a mantra correctly, they are invoking the Shakti and the presence of a deity. The deity is of a much higher vibration. Thus, when the deity or the Shakti of the deity enters, it causes impacts on the lower subplane matter and causes it to break down, which then has to be digested by the initiate to be. It is in this conflict and the breaking down of the lower subplane matter so that it goes to a higher subplane that causes all the stress and effort. because the lower subplane matter is made up of substance that has existed from past lives, many, many past lives. So initiation is the transmuting of this negative substance through the help of both the master and through a deity. The third aspect, which is very important, is humility and devotion. You cannot do it yourself. You do not do initiation. You surrender to the divine process and let the higher forces guide you.